Hi Samuel, thanks for joining. Trying to turn my sage on. How you doing? I'm good. Thanks for asking. Okay. That didn't work. Doesn't want to turn on. Okay. So I am also live on YouTube, on my YouTube channel. That's kind of new for me, so this is the first time. So tonight I wanted to talk about a little bit of what is manifestation, right? So we often hear the word that we often hear people say, oh, I want to manifest this and I want to manifest that. And we tend to always want the house, the money, the car, the family, and everything in between, right? The whole Ten of Pentacles. But there's a lot of things involved when we are manifesting. There's the energy that we put in the manifestation, and why self-care actually plays a really a role in manifestation, right? So what is self-care in the first place? So when we hear self-care, what do we think about? We tend to think about girls, for example, me, we tend to think about doing our hair, doing our nails, going to the spa, going to the gym. Yes, that is one thing, right? But there's more to that. There's the fact of your house. How is your house right now? Is it a mess? Is it clean? Is it all everything in order? How are your bills? Are they in order? Why all of this is considered also self-care? The easiest answer would be because at the end of the day, if you don't take care of your house, if you don't take care of the basic needs, you're still going to be stressed out about that one thing. So that's going to cause you stress, and you don't want stress, right? I'm going to put this right here so I can look at both the computer and the phone at the same time. So when we think about whatever we are not doing that involves the basic needs, and we leave those things behind, then we are in somehow one way or the other, we are to blame for our own anxiety and our own stress, right? And we are actually robbing ourselves time for healing, a good healing, right? So it's like a domino effect. So going back to self-care, square one. So imagine you're building a house. You can't build a house from the roof, right? You have to start with a good foundation. So what is a good foundation in self-care? That your basic needs are met, right? That means food, water, sleep. This one in particular, we take for granted most of the time, right? And it is so important. So important. Why? Because if we don't sleep, we won't rest. So if we don't rest, then we're going to be all crappy the next day, and we're going to be blaming everything that happened to us to other people. Again, a domino effect. we probably will get to wherever we want it late. What else? Then we're gonna blame whoever for getting there late. It's just, again, a domino effect. So one thing that I really, really enjoy about yoga, right? The yoga culture, if you want to call it culture, people may call it culture, others call it religion, however you want to call it. However, they have what they call the yamas and niyamas. I don't know if you heard about that, but it's like the ethical principles of yoga. And one involves like the cleansing aspect of an individual from the inside all the way to meditation, right? And how you can achieve a high spiritual guidance. And the other one involves just you as a person. And it's very, very interesting because they have one of the yamas is called, they have non-violence, which is ahimsa, satya, which is non-falsehood or truthfulness, and asteya, which is non-stealing, madhyara, non-excess in food, moderation in food, kasama, which is non-agitation about suffering or forgiveness, and daya, which is no prejudgment, right? I should have known that. I do have to apologize for that. But again, the one that I wanted to go back to was asteya. Why is that important? Because it's non-stealing. Thank you. So, asteya is non-stealing. So when we go back to what non-stealing is, we have to think about this. This is when I think about, oh, look at that. Look at the card that's here. So I think about this card, Six of Pentacles. Why? Because we often think of money as being the ultimate currency. But have you thought about time being the ultimate currency? Time is the only thing in this world that you cannot give back, right? Well, you can, right? When you dedicate time to somebody. But if we get to a place late, something so simple as you build a house somewhere where birds used to live, you're actually taking away the space for the birds. So you're not practicing non-stealing. That's why you have to give thanks to the space, give thanks to the universe. Like, thank you for your offering, for extending me this place so I can live in, right? But we sometimes take that for granted. So when we manifest, all that energy is so important, because whatever energy we are putting into the universe is gonna come back to us. So okay, so well, you are currently the only one watching, but that's okay. The message is meant to somebody out there, and I've been having these spiritual downloads all day. You have to talk, you have to talk, you have to talk, you have to talk. And I just couldn't find the time to sit down. So finally I am sitting down and I am expressing whatever my life has been guiding me for you guys to know. So anyway, going back. You're welcome. Okay, so going back to, now I lost track. That's so funny. Going back to where I was. So the energy that we put in when we are manifesting. Yes, let's start with the foundation. Why do you want to manifest XY thing in your life? Okay, you want stability, you want, again, the 10 of Pentacles. You want the 10 of Pentacles, and yes, that's fine, but what are you sacrificing, and who are you sacrificing, and what is being sacrificed for your 10 of Pentacles? Because at the end of the day, when the universe gives you something, somehow it is being taken away from someone or something or someplace. So that is something that you need to think about, because energy is not created, right? You can't create energy. It moves around. So that's how the universe works. So when you give thanks to whatever the universe is extending to you, that's the energy you're putting in. So when you are writing down your goals, why you want to manifest this, and what are your steps, what are the steps that you're going to take, are you thinking about these surroundings, how your decisions are going to affect these surroundings? That's one thing. Okay. But then there's another thing about self-care, and within self-care you have boundaries. Yes, that's true. You yourself need to think about yourself, right? Because sometimes, and I am guilty for this, I am an overextender. Is that even a word? I am a Cancer, so I overextend myself. I offer too much, and then I don't have time for me or time for my things that I want to accomplish, because I am out there trying to please everyone or satisfy everyone, because I love deeply and I feel guilty when I don't help others, right? So when you practice self-care, you learn to establish those boundaries, and it's okay to say no, because you need to go back to your own self, to go within and to analyze what is it that you want to achieve in life. But when we go back to that foundation, what are you sacrificing? So whatever you're sacrificing, is it to harm others? Is it for ego purposes? Or is it because it's your spiritual calling? Like your own self, your spirit is saying like, no, this is what you're meant to do in life. Disregard the ego. The ego is going to take you, yes, it might give you the car, the house, the whole 10 of Pentacles that you wanted, right? But at the end of the day, are you going to be alone? Are you going to be happy? Are you going to be satisfied with what you have accomplished, with whatever you have left behind? Those are the things that you do need to think about. So when you practice self-care, you put yourself first. What are you putting? That is true. That is true. And I am learning that. So what are things for self-care? Other than making sure that your hygiene, forget about if your hair is done, like just hygiene, that you're clean, that you have purified yourself inside and outside. Because we can look clean on the outside, but if we are eating junk food, overindulging in things throughout our senses. This could be what we see, what we hear, what, like the news and everything else in between. So what exactly is your, so your self-care, going back to self-care, other than making sure that you are clean and all that, and making sure that your plans are in order, and establishing your goals, you need to make sure that your space is clean, that it's organized. You don't need to have the latest things that the media constantly puts in your mind that you need to have. No. Just make sure that you have what you need, and that whatever you need is in the right place. Again, it's all energy. Whatever you're not using, you need to let go. So that's how you manifest, and that's why you use the moon. The moon is a cycle, has 28 days. And you move, not that you have to, right? But if you do so, right now during the full moon is a place of release and let go of what no longer serves you. So this can be, of course, people, places, situations, but it has, like, think about the basics, like your own space, because that's where your imagination runs wild, right? That's where all your creation, all of that goes 1,000 miles per hour, where at least it does for me. So if my space is a whole mess, like my room, the house, the bathroom, everything, at least I can't think straight, because I'm going to be constantly thinking about all that I have to do. So you clean up your space, you make sure everything's in order, and whatever you're no longer using, whatever you don't need, give thanks to it, like thank you. Thank place, whatever situation, for the experience, for whatever the person, place, or whatever extended to you, and just move on or let it go and release it, because somebody else out there in the universe most likely is going to need it. Again, energy is not created, energy moves around. So donations are a good way to extend good energy, good vibe, and everything like that. So when we manifest, we have to constantly be giving back. We have to give back. We have to give gratitude. We have to give back, because some way, somehow, whatever is returning to us, we want to make sure that it's also returned. It's good energy that is being returned to us. So yes, that is one way of giving back. Samuel says you must have a strong personality so that the environment in which you live does not affect you. Yes, and that's how you establish your boundaries. That is correct. That is very true. But strong personality can be interpreted in so many ways. A strong personality can be interpreted as a very dry person. Hola, Wilfredo. A strong personality can be interpreted as sorry for my word, as a bitch, as some people would say for a woman. But a strong personality can also be cordial, right? So with respect, I let you know when you are being disrespectful towards me or whatever situation is happening. But if there are certain things in my surrounding that may cause me stress, for instance, at my job, The situation can be stressful. I need to understand that whatever is happening at the moment is going to pass by. It's just a moment. It's just a time. It's going to pass. Breathe, let it go, release, and move on. So, we talked a little bit of Astella, which is non-stealing. So going back to non-stealing, is important when you are manifesting that you keep your plan, keep your word, because other people are also manifesting. You're not the only one manifesting the Ten of Pentacles in this world, especially when we live the times that we are currently living, right? Where we are constantly asked some way or somehow that we need to have XY thing, right? But that's where you put your good energy in, and make sure that whatever you're manifesting is with good intentions and good deed, and things will flow naturally. While you are non-stealing or practicing non-stealing and cleansing yourself, you are also cleansing your environment. So while I shuffle a little bit, I'm going to do a tarot reading. If anyone have a question, you can go ahead and ask the question. If not, I will just do the collective reading, and then maybe the message could be for my only 2 viewers right now, which I really, really appreciate. So, message for the collective. You know, I have this book. It's called Tarot for Self-Care. And I actually wanted to show you guys this. Because today, I am not practicing what I am preaching right now, because it says physical self-care tip: avoid the devil's trap with mindful eating. The devil card in the tarot is it's represented by excessive behaviors, like thinking too much of something or not having control, right? Because it's like a temptation, right? So I buy, let me correct that. I buy these delicious cookies from Costco, which I am not promoting, but they're chocolate chip cookies. And for some reason, I cannot hold myself and hola Carlos, and I just eat those cookies because I just can't control myself, right? So as soon as I opened the book, the first thing that I saw was that, and I said, you know what, that's a message for me, and that's what I'm going to be talking about today. So it says the devil is quite the sly archetype, tempting you to overindulge at every turn. Squash their tricks with one of your own, mindful eating. This practice of tuning into the 5 senses as you slowly and deliberately enjoy a meal, rather than scarfing the food down in front of the TV or while scrolling through social media, allows you to avoid eating past the point of being full. It also brings your attention to the situations where you may eat for the sake of boredom or other unpleasant emotions, or simply because the food is there. So I don't know about you guys, but while it was saying or talking about trying to eat more mindfully, which is pausing and eating, they suggest to chew about 40 times when you're eating, so that you eat consciously, because we just eat isn't overindulging, right? And sometimes I do this, and I am an emotional eater, and when I am sad, just stressful or whatever, I just eat. And yes. So going back to the tarot reading, and let's practice a little bit more of not falling into temptation, the devil's temptation in eating. I'm gonna try to not buy more of the Costco cookies. They're just so good. Okay, so the energy for today will be collective. If anyone have a personal question, you can ask through the chat, or it could also be on my DM. I have no problem with that. So let's try 6 cards for the collective. 6 cards for the collective. Are you guys nervous because the cards are not talking? Okay, too many cards. I keep getting the 6 of Pentacles. I know you guys weren't here when I first started talking with Samuel, but on the overall energy, by some reason I was talking about energy exchange and how we need to practice Astella, which is non-stealing, and 6 of Pentacles is represents that, on how we need to respect time and energy of the people. So again, when we respect time, it means we arrive at time, we don't get to places late. We respect our own schedule. Like if I said 10 minutes I'm going to be doing this, in 10 minutes I'm going to be doing that. If I say in at XY time I'm going to sleep, XY time I go to sleep, XY time I get up, you know, try to avoid practicing procrastination, because procrastination some way or the other leads on a domino effect, us not practicing Astella, and we are stealing our time and other people's time. And when we want to manifest, we don't want that. We want to be mindful of our time and other people's time. Collective energy reading. Collective energy. Hola, Lynette. How are you? Samuel, we're getting more viewers right now. I don't know if you're still watching. Collective energy reading. Okay. Okay. So we have the Chariot. We have the Magician, Ace of Wands, Page of Swords, 3 of Cups, and the Judgment, with the overall energy of the Hierophant. Okay. So it is asking or saying, right? Interesting, I have the Chariot here, the first card, and on my other deck, the first card was the Chariot as well. That card is represented by Cancer. I don't know if any of you guys are Cancer, but Lynette, you're working again. You need to rest. You missed that part of the self-care, and resting is very, very important for a perfect and good manifestation. Just kidding. Love you too. Okay, so going back to the reading, it is saying to take the lead, take action. You are manifesting, and you're manifesting fast. Whoever this reading is meant for, right? You have people that are watching you manifest, right? And it's interesting because you are being protected by spirit. Okay, so you have the Hierophant. The Hierophant can be a spiritual leader. It could be a judge. It could be a boss maybe, but not really. But it's mostly spiritual because I also have the Judgment card. So it's interesting because whoever is watching you, it's holding the energy in, and is trying to balance out the emotions that they have as they watch you manifest whatever you're trying to manifest. I don't see envy here at all. I don't see that. I just see that the person is watching you, how you are receiving what, as you manifest, the person is watching how things are becoming fruitful, right? And there's like a party, there's like things, people in the background, but the person just can't control him or herself and avoid to watch you as you move forward with your manifestation. Wow, very interesting. Maybe, and it looks really interesting. I see like palm trees. Never seen those. I see a pumpkin, so that's like October. And I see just karma is being played out. Maybe this person some way, somehow attempted to like take away things from you. And some way, somehow, the person's receiving karma for that, because judgment was called. Spirit said, no way. Hold on. Justice being served. You are an empress. Okay, so again, I don't know if you guys seen my other readings, but we all have feminine and masculine energy. The Empress is pregnant. Take care, Samuel. I'm sorry. Likewise. You take care. Have a lovely evening or day. I don't know where you're from, but take care. So the Empress is sitting with, like, she's pregnant. not necessarily means that you are pregnant. It means that we're talking about manifestation, so this could be a project. So maybe you were holding on for something legal to take place, because we also have justice here. But you're going to get what you wanted. You're going to receive what you wanted. We also have the star next to it, the 6 of Cups. Okay? So this is so many things, but most likely has to do with a project that you had in mind, and justice is being served, and papers are being signed, and you're going to get that offer that you are waiting for, that you are looking for, and you are actually being guided by spirit. So keep on manifesting. Keep on manifesting. Now if you have like a personal question, or you want to ask something through the chat, you can. I can probably ask any questions live if you want to. If not, that's okay. I understand. My DM or my personal number is available to any of you guys. I hope you got the message if it was meant for you. If not, release whatever was not meant for you, so the energy flows and it gets back to whoever needs the message, or share it forward. I would really appreciate it. I wanted to say, be the love, be the light, and from my part, much love and light to all of you. Take care. Have a lovely evening.